How's it going, class? My name's Sergio Martinez, and this is my final project for the class. And I am doing it on the Soundex code maker. And so these are my three classes. I got the Soundex key maker, the sorted array dictionary, and the Soundex namebook, which is just the main. These are just here, but this is all the names. I think there's about like 90,000 names in here. We're not going to use them all, but there's that. So we'll start with the Soundex key maker. And so this is creating a string named key, and that's what we're going to return at the end. So this is grabbing the very first letter and storing it so we have it for later, because the Soundex puts the first letter and then three numbers out of it. And so this is the for loop. So this is calling the letter check method, which is down here. And this looks like gibberish, but these are all like codes to lowercase letters. And if any of these are there, then they're going to return these numbers based on the Soundex key. And so this is after 0 because if it's 0, it's not going to have a previous one. So it's going to get this is going to get the value of the letter check, and then it's going to put the previous char in the variable prev, because if the Soundex has two letters or two numbers that are the same, then you got to delete them. So that's why I did that. So then we can create a new string. This is going to be the end of the string. And so at the end, we get the key, which is equal to the first char that we stored, and then the whole string included the first letter. So I'm going to chop off the first letter and go from the first to the rest. And so that's going to be our string. And then down here, this one's gonna, if the code is less than 4, then we're gonna add zeros to it to make it 4. And then this one is, if it's more than 4, we're gonna chop off all the digits after the 4 digits. That way they're all 4. And we're gonna return that. So that is that method or class. And then this is the main method. So what I did was I made a sorted array dictionary that stores 2 strings, and I called it ordered Soundex. So I'm gonna get the file, and then I made 2 array lists, one for the codes and one for the names. And so I'm gonna make the scanner, and then I have a for loop here. And I did it to repeat 10,000 times. So I was gonna get 10,000 names. And then, so yeah, it's gonna read the first name. And then it's gonna plug that in first name or last name into the key maker. So we're gonna get a code back, and that's gonna get stored in SC. And so if the sorted array dictionary does not have that code, then we are going to add that code and then that name to the dictionary. And I did this because if you add to the dictionary something with the same key, it's just going to have that one, and it's not going to show all of them. And there's actually like a lot of last names that have the same code, so I'm gonna need to show those. And so what I did to deal with that is I did this while loop that keeps adding something to the code, so it's different. That way it'll put it underneath the first one. And so that does that. So it gives it like a unique code. And at the end, I'm just gonna cut it off I just cut off the last past the 4 digits, so we won't even see it. So yeah, so this is going to add it to the dictionary now that it is different. And then I have 2 iterators here that are going to go through the Soundex dictionary, and it's going to add them to the array list that I made, and that's just going to help find the index of a name, and so I can tell which 5 names come before and which ones come after. And then another iterator to print. And so this is where I said I was going to cut the last 4 off, or the last pieces off. And so this is going to prompt the user to enter a name, and it's going to store it in name, and it's going to change it to uppercase. And this while loop just checks to see if the name is actually in the dictionary, and if not, or like if you misspelled something, and if not, then it's gonna do it 4 times, and after the 4th, then it just stops. So if it is in the list, it's gonna display all this. So we're gonna give it a shot. All right, so this is the list. And all the way to the top, we have Abby. And so yeah, these are all in order. And so we're gonna try out that while loop. So let's just do a bunch of gibberish here, not in the list. All right, so now I'm gonna try my last name. And there is the information. So it is M635, and we'll double check just to see if it's right. So M635 Martinez, right there. And so the 5 before it are Martin, Martel, Meredith, Martys. And the 5 after are Morton, Marino, Martins, Martindale, Mortensen. And as you can see at the bottom, those are the names that are before and after. So there you have it. Thank you for watching.